Checking back in with the baseball team this week. We are here with Panther pitching coach Cory Bigler. Cory, we just talked about you've been here for 9 years. I've been here for 7. Panthers have kind of historically been known as a team that can definitely hit. And now here we are past couple of seasons. A year ago, team set record in ERA and now in 2012 below that pace to break that record again. So let's talk a little bit about Milwaukee pitching.
Well, I feel like over the last couple of years we've definitely tried to have a little bit of a chip on our shoulder as a pitching staff. The hitters have always been what the school's known for on the baseball side of things. If you think UW-Milwaukee, you think about hitting. So, it's been kind of a chip on our shoulder as a staff's concerned because over the past 9 years that I've been here, people really don't talk about the pitching staff, and I think I've tried to instill that over the last couple of years. I've tried to make sure that our pitchers go into every game understanding that we have the responsibility to dictate the tempo and to make sure that that we're holding up our end of the bargain.
So now when you look at the staff, it's not just the starting pitchers, it's up and down the staff, it's the bullpen, it's the closers, it's everybody. Let's talk a little bit about your weekend starters at this point in time. You have junior Eric Semmelhack, another junior Cale Tassi, and then a sophomore in Mike Schneider. Right now they're 1st, 4th, and 7th in the league in ERA, 1st, 2nd, and 4th in strikeouts. How'd you guys kind of settle on those three, and what have those three pitchers done this year that makes them step up out as far as the starters to be on the team heading into those league games every weekend?
I think the number one thing is we have competitive people in the top 3 spots. All 3 of those guys are different. You got a more of a power righty in Eric, and then Cale is a sinker slider guy, and Mike is a lefty with options. He's got 4 different pitches that he can throw for strikes, and when he does, very difficult to square up. So those 3 guys have some uniqueness to them. On the weekend, you won't see the same type of guy coming out back to back, but they're really competitive, and they're different type of personalities. But once they get on the mound, they really have a competitive nature that we try to instill within all our pitchers.
Like I said before, now 3.93 ERA as it overall leads the Horizon League. Second place is 4.22. When you break that down into league-only games, the Panthers are at 2.25, over a run and a half lower than the next best league team. And just take an example of last week, you had 4 games. Your bullpen throws almost 11 innings and only gives up 1 earned run. How good do you have to feel about situations like that?
Well, it really, to this point, over the first half of the season, we have had just a really strong performance from the number 1 starter all the way through the bullpen. Even the guys that are in the middle have stepped up, and in order to have good numbers, you have to have everybody really do their job and fulfill their role. So I feel like the whole staff is buying into what their role is, and we try to really instill within our guys the thought that they should go as hard as they can for as long as they can, and then they hand it to the next guy, and they're confident that he's going to take it and hand it off to the next guy. And really it's just that thought that no matter what happens in the game, the guy behind me is going to pick me up if something goes wrong. But as far as those numbers are concerned, we really try not to focus on those too much. If we can learn from those numbers, if we can learn from some of the things that we see on paper in black and white, that's great. But really, it's about wins and losses and trying to win a ball game. So whatever we have to do to win is the most important thing.
Wrap up the longest homestand of the 2012 season this week, Wednesday against Wisconsin Lutheran College. Then on the weekend, it's off to Wright State to take on the first-place Raiders. Now, as a pitching staff, here's a team that's leading the league in batting average and just put up, it was over 50 runs in a 3-game series against Youngstown. How do you kind of mentally approach a series like that, knowing you're going to have to do your best to win as many games as you can?
Well, we're definitely not overlooking Wisconsin Lutheran. Our midweek games are just as important as any other game. You try to put your focus and your confidence in each pitch. We try to go pitch by pitch. So we're going to take that game just like we would any other game. Definitely have to prepare for Wright State. And last week was scary as you looked at those scores because you know that they're hot right now. They're a balanced offensive attack. They have power. They hit for average. They can run. They can do just a little bit of everything. So as we prepare for them and we look at their lineup, there's some things, because we know them well. Most of those hitters are seniors. They've been around. Some things that we feel confident about going into that weekend. But it's about executing pitches, and if we take a one-pitch mentality, then I think we're going to be fine. We just have to make sure that we don't try to win the game on every pitch. We just execute one pitch.
Sounds good. We'll look to close out this homestand with another win on Wednesday starting at 3 o'clock, and then it'll be off to Wright State on the weekend. So thanks for your time today, and best of luck this weekend.
All right. Thank you.